Now, in our next conversation, when it comes to matters of national security, public claims must be backed by verifiable evidence. In line with this, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, has asked former Governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, to submit evidence regarding his allegation about the procurement of a toxic chemical, thallium sulfate. Ribadu said El-Rufai should forward any proof in his possession to the Department of State Services, DSS, for proper investigation, stressing that allegations of such magnitude require verification through established security channels. You'll recall that in a letter dated 30th of January 2026, El-Rufai alleged that the toxic substance was sourced from a supplier in Poland. Meanwhile, the federal government has filed a 3-count charge against the former governor of Kaduna State, alleging that he unlawfully intercepted the phone communication of the National Security Advisor. BKO, is Malam Nasir El-Rufai, is it prepared to present documentary evidence to back up the allegation that he has made?
I wouldn't know, because I'm not his PA.
Because he has strong allegations.
I don't have access to the information at his disposal. What I know is that he seems to have made up his mind to do whatever it takes to bring down his old friend, Nasir El-Rufai, because that is a demand that he's been targeting for some time now. Every time he speaks, he finds a way to say something about Nasir El-Rufai. The other day he said Nasir El-Rufai,
Nuhu Ribadu.
The other day he said Nuhu Ribadu wants to contest for president after Tinubu, and that he wants to demarcate every northerner to make sure that he's the only northerner standing. He said a number of things, to allegations and all that, but I don't think it makes sense to come out openly to say some person were tapping the phone lines of the National Security Advisor. Somebody tapped it. More like saying they tapped the thing for me or for us, because he was saying we get to hear what they say. An old man should have restraints. Even if I have that information, nobody has forced me to say everything that is in my heart. Do you know how many thoughts go through a man's mind in a day? And you sit before an interviewer, you are saying things that you shouldn't say. In some countries of the world, people have been jailed for invasion of privacy. And I've given the example of News of the World in the year 2000. Not only did it bring down probably the most famous tabloid in the world, people went to jail for invading the privacy of celebrities, people in government, and even victims of crime. You have no right to invade a person's privacy. Talk less of somebody in the position of National Security Advisor. That means even the president's conversations are also being routinely tapped. And you say that believing that you are making sense on TV. El-Rufai also called this Senate president a scumbag.
Very strong.
He's way older than me. But I cannot call somebody a scumbag on TV. So as you cannot at that level be unhinged. You have to restrain yourself. Somebody says probably baiting them, just looking for a way to
draw them out
for a battle. But even that, there has to be limitations to that. There has to be limitations. As we speak now, I think it's with the FCC. I've not, the last update was still there. We don't know what. No one should behave like he's above the law.
That's true.
No one. So, I'm sure my brother will be talking about the charges and all that, but I just think that El-Rufai's minders need to talk to him. There's nobody in the world who doesn't have people who can talk to him, you know, and demand restraint on his part. So I believe that his minders too should be able to say, look,
Take
calm
it
down,
easy, exactly.
take it easy, some of this. How do you go, things that have sent people to jail, in other places, how do you go to publicly say, we listen to them, we tap them, we know. Now, they're saying, okay, the law says if somebody is breaking this kind of law, you should report. Yeah. And you did not report. It's one of the charges.
Absolutely. Now, the DSS has sued Malam Nasir El-Rufai for alleged cyber crimes, breach of national security. What's your reaction to this story?
Well, to start with, I think the statement Malam El-Rufai made, to the best of my knowledge, is reckless. I am one of his fans, no doubt, but I am this type that I do not support anything that is bad. Again, I want to make it very clear that Nigerians must make a distinction between the case El-Rufai has with Kaduna State Government and the battle he's trying to drag the National Security Advisor in. You see, people try to confuse the situation to make it look as if it's President Tinubu that is fighting El-Rufai. No. The case before EFCC, to the best of my knowledge, has been on in the last 2 years. All the members of the House of Assembly, I think 24 or so of them, signed a petition endorsed by each and every one of them. And it was that petition that is being investigated by the EFCC. Now, I also know that Malam has come out to defend some of the allegations, but one needs to make this point very clear. Now, with regards to his battle with NSA, the little I know, I think the two of them have been after each other. Ribadu believes that El-Rufai didn't do well to help his political career when Buhari was in the saddle, because he believed that El-Rufai was close enough to Buhari to make things happen. Now, El-Rufai believes that Ribadu too was too much in a haste to realize his governorship ambition. Don't forget that before the 2015 election, Ribadu had defected to the PDP, wanted to contest for governorship election in Adamawa before court stopped that election. Now, El-Rufai believed that he shouldn't have been in a hurry going to, you know, PDP. But whatever it is, I believe that they have come a long way to be able to manage their relationship. Now, for El-Rufai to now bring in national security into the matter, because this is not about Ribadu any longer. This is about the law and the country. And Nigerians should not cry wolf by the time the law takes its course, because except he wants to say that he wants to take back what he said.
But he said those things on national television.
I know El-Rufai to be a very stubborn person. Instead, he will find a way. You know, he will find a legal hurdle that will help him.
In fact, his son said he was not the one who did the tapping. That somebody else did the tapping.
On his behalf.
Whichever way, he has come to tell us that they tapped the National Security
and they
Advisors.
listened to them.
And you see, the toxic chemical he was talking about, from the facts I was privy to, the NSS office actually replied him to say that nothing of such ever happened. So if El-Rufai had the courage to publish his own letters, I think it would have been honorable enough for him to have published the response from the NSS office, instead of making it look as if he carried out an investigation and there was, you know, no response. You know, silence sometimes means, you know, consent. I think El-Rufai is up to some kind of games. Whether he will survive it, the days ahead
they are even speculating that they want to use this to kill opposition elements in detention. How many opposition elements are in detention as we speak?
Apart from that, the question I ask people, when they say they're after opposition, I say, okay, has the opposition done any wrong?
Yeah, we need to look at that as well.
How many opposition elements are in detention as we speak?
Before now, every opportunity everybody has, he has always tried to hit at the government, that the government only goes after those that are not in bed with them, that once you agree to do APC or do whatever they are doing with APC, you have been spared. At least I attended the Daily Trust dialogue where he made similar allegation. For every opportunity you want to drive home,
this kind of thing. All right, gentlemen, we need to go on this quick break. And look, what El-Rufai has just said, is this politics, this allegation? Is this politics, or should Nigerians be worried? Even though the NSA have denied it, but is this politics play?
Which one?
Yes.
Well, whoever makes an allegation should be ready to defend it. Provide the evidence. That's what they are saying. They are not saying so much. They are just saying provide evidence. So, and I think that's where it should end.
What happens if you can't provide evidence?
Who go in for it?
They can file an action against him. It's just that the person who claimed that somebody was involved in organ harvesting,
it's raising false alarm. It's an offense.
Especially the kind of allegation that can even trigger violence.
Yes.
Like this toxic chemical importation, when the police look at their acts, it's also capable of inciting the public against government.
And that's what I'm saying. Can trigger violence.
You understand? So if he can't provide evidence, he will go for it. But there are two issues now. Apart from the issue of providing evidence for the chemical, he has to go to court to explain why he tapped the phone of the NSA.
Or you commission somebody
to do it. And
because the interviewer reminded him that, but this is illegal. He said, but because they do it too. They do it too without legal, without
it's very conscious
without a
of what
court order. So did you people also do your own with court order? If you are saying government taps your conversation without court order. Now this one,
did you also?
Was it done with court order?
Court order.
I think we just shouldn't say. Look at Rotimi Amechi lying openly and shamelessly that people are going to lose so much money when they buy building materials. Whereas the tax law already exempts building materials from VAT. How do big people lie like this? You look at big people, they just lie in a conscienceless manner. Come on. Just to win an election? Let the campaigns be based on facts.
That's true.
If you want to push for a political party, for God's sake, you don't need to lie to Nigerians. Because by the time Nigerians discover that you are a practiced liar, they are going to just ignore you. And when you lose the election, you will say it was because they rigged. But you have done things that angered the people and demarketed your candidacy.
Credibility.
I don't understand. Barefaced lies on TV.
All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our next conversation.